All right, the time has finally come to start diving into some shop projects. I am so excited for this, man. Having a shop of my own has been a dream for such a long time, and to finally have this place is surreal. And then now to be able to set it up exactly how I want it and do projects, it's like I love working on cars, I love building cars, and I feel like doing shop projects, doing house projects and stuff, it's kind of like the next evolution of that. It's like a bigger, more elaborate car, to an extent. So anyway, I'm super excited to dive into this shop and get it set up exactly how I want it. It's just going to be so fun. We have a lot of potential here, and we can figure out exactly how we want it, have everything in its place, and just you get the idea. Organization, fun, satisfying, etc. So first project on the shopping block is lighting. So we got these fluorescent lights. You can't really tell because it's not dark out, but they are subpar. I mean, when it's dark, they're okay. In the day, they're useless. We are going to be closing this in. So if we weren't, it wouldn't be that important out here, but we are. So we need some good lighting. Also, in here, all we've got right now that's working is that one. So, leaves a little bit to be desired. Maybe just a little bit to be desired in the lighting department. So, we have replacements for our fluorescents. We're going to be converting them to LEDs. So, it's basically going to go in the same place as the fluorescent did, but we're going to be deleting the ballast and it'll be an LED. Should be brighter, not 100% sure. Either way, we have a lot of ones non-working. So, just replacing those will be a nice upgrade. But, on top of that, we have a bunch of other lights coming to do under here, to do up there in the rafters for all the stuff that I have up on the loft, and we've got a lot of lights to do, more or less. So we're gonna get started in here because this needs it the most. The outside is workable at the moment, in here, not workable. So we need to get some lights up. So let's get to it. Now that we got the bulbs out, I'm gonna go up to the junction box and I'm gonna see if we have power going to this. The bulbs didn't necessarily look burnt, so I just want to verify that before we start messing around. Okay, switch is good. Alright, it took me a minute to get the program here, but wow, we got it. So I just gotta put the panels back on, clean this up, and we're good. Mock wiring it, because it took me a minute to figure it out. No! Why? Well, that was a little bit of a struggle, but we got it done. Basically, just that socket on this end, the little push-in one, was just a little too loose and wasn't making good connection, so I put some copper in there. Boom, boom. We're good. We got some light now. What a drastic difference, man. Putting all this stuff up at night was rough. I've got 4-foot replacements for that guy as well, but we're not going to worry about that yet. So we need to do that one next. I thought about moving it out here and kind of moving this one over and having it somewhere around here, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to work out well yet because the ladder you're going to be climbing up, and pretty much unless it's almost to here, it would be in the way. So I think for now we're just going to replace the bulbs in that one. We've got lights to go under here, and then we'll kind of see where we're at after all of that, and if we need to add more, we can add more. And this stuff's going to get shifted around, the layout of this. We're going to take that bathroom deal out, so things are going to change, so I don't want to go too crazy changing it to adapt this layout when this layout is not permanent. So let's knock out that top one. Boom! Look at that. Still got to replace this one, but once that one's done, we kind of need some lighting over here. Need to replace this one too, but I still don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might put a parts sink in here and then do like shelves, so it's like a parts storage room. I don't know. I hate to tear down something that's already built, but I also don't really need it. We'll see. Anyway, moral of the story is we got the lights in, which is sick. It is so much nicer in here. I wish I would have done this before I started moving all this stuff around, but you guys can see up in my loft, plenty of room up here. So we've got wheels without tires, parts. I've got like a little row so I can kind of crawl up here and dig what I need out of the totes, because I never need, none of these totes, I need the whole tote. That stuff's gonna stay outside. If it's like a car I'm working on and I've got all the parts that are gonna go on it or all the parts that came off it, I'll leave those on the shelf in the shop area so I can get to them easily. This is all kind of long-term storage parts. And then also, there is wood up over there. So I could store some stuff up there, but that stuff will get lost forever if I try to put it up there, because it's really difficult to get to. You gotta climb through the rafters. So yeah, anyway, we got light in the loft now. We can see our parts. See, I got my wheels up here. Boom, boom. Lighting projects are like one of the most freaking satisfying projects ever, especially doing it at night. So I'll show you out here, because we're gonna do these in the day, because I gotta turn them off and I can't see if they're off right now. Give you kind of a before, so we can cut back to this and then cut back when we get them done. But that strips out 2 of those, 3 out of that 6 is out, and then those 6 are working. So we're gonna have way more working, plus brighter lights as well. I need to add one more thing there to make it a matching 6. Anyway, pick this back up tomorrow. We should have the rest of the lights, get these knocked out. All right, we've got some daylight now. It's time to start hammering these out. So you can see all the burnt ones. Burnt. There's a lot that are out. The LEDs seem to be a bit brighter, so it should be a big improvement. Let's get to work. Literally like something out of a horror movie in there. There's so many dead spiders and alive spiders. Oh, that's a big one. Still up there. Oh, there he goes. Jeez Louise, dude. I'm not really terrified of spiders or anything. I've dealt with them a lot within in the country, but I don't know, man. They're just a little creepy, especially when you got one above your head. Oh, who knows what we're gonna find under this other cover. All right, well, this side is not as bad as the other side, but you can see all the spider legs. Look at all those. Look at that, dude. That is wild. I guess because it's outside and the other one was inside. I don't know. Anyway, we got to dust this off, get this ballast out. I think I'm just going to go and tear down all of them. Just do kind of like one process at a time. Can't say this is the most fun thing I've ever done. It's kind of terrifying. Big spider, every single one jumps out. If I fall off the ladder and die, wasn't worth it. Just a reminder of how fun this is. Fun. Right? Definitely the worst part. That's why I'm trying to just get this knocked out completely. Get everything, all the lights out, all the trays out, everything cleaned out. We'll pull the ballast out, we'll rewire, then we'll put it all back together. But that way this part's done. Because you never know what you're gonna find under the cover. All right, let's get back to work. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to do. Not too bad. All right, all of the housings are stripped down. I've got to go cut the wires, remove the ballast, rewire it. But yeah, there's one spider left in this one. He was hiding down in the socket. I couldn't get him out, so still got to be on our toes. But for the most part, I think we'll be all right. At least that part's done. That was, again, not very fun. I'm not even really afraid of spiders. I was just like, one jumps on me and I'm at the top of the ladder and I panic. Like, could end badly. All right, let's get back to work. Coming down. All right, now we just got to do that 7 more times. Really not too bad. Should go pretty quick. And then we got some more lights to go under the loft, which will be real exciting. And we get to see what this looks like, obviously. All right, 2 out of 3 rows successful. Can't really tell how bright they are in the daytime. I'm sure it's not gonna be enough light for me once the shop's closed in, but I wanna see how everything looks once I get everything in here and know where everything is before I start deciding where to add lights and what kind of lights to add. Because I can do like the round UFO lights and kind of point them in specific spots. I can do more strip lights. There's a lot of options. I'd rather see how everything settles out once I get the shop like set up in here. So anyway, I need to stop procrastinating and get this last side done. Oh, I was cutting the ballast wire on this one, the one with the spider still in it. And right as I went to cut the wire, the spider was right at the wire I was cutting. Freaking spiders, man. All right, back to work. All but one. Alrighty, all the lights are in. That one was my fault. Basically these two end ones were added as like an afterthought, so it's just thin gauge wire running, not the whole big bundle of wire that starts in daisy chains. So anyway, basically I only sent 1 wire across instead of 2 that I needed, but anyway, I got that fixed. Looks nice, man. It's a big improvement. You can definitely tell the brightness difference now that it's getting dark out, or darker, or freaking gets dark so early now. Yeah, look at that, man. Like I said, need to add 1 more there, 1 more housing, 2 more bulbs, and then see where we want it after that. But I mean, it's a solid upgrade for now. Definitely took a little longer than expected. Pulling the ballast out, it's really simple to rewire. It's just kind of time consuming. Got to kind of extend and yada yada. So anyway, now that that's done, I'll show you it at night with the other clip once it actually gets dark here in a couple hours. But what we're gonna do now is work on lighting under here. This is still full-on dungeon spec. So we definitely need to take care of this here. I think this will make a big difference, because I mean, really we only have 2 lights down here because the other one's for the above the loft. So if we fill this with lighting, it should lighten up the whole place. Actually, my 4-foot replacements just showed up, so we'll go ahead and get those knocked out real quick so that every freaking fluorescent bulb is gone and done, and then we'll move on to under here. Do a little snapperooski. You guys have seen the process enough. Done. Definitely way brighter over here now that we got the LEDs. It's obviously way brighter at night, but now that it's like dark, you can see how bright it is out here. Looks so cool. Seeing both my cars, all the light. I'm happy with it. Definitely a good start. Okay, as promised, time to move on to the under loft wiring. So here's what we've got. This is basically what we used in Ben's shop, kind of a V-shaped dual rows of LEDs, supposed to be 6,000 or 7,000 lumens, a lot. And these are really easy to install. They're super light. You've got these little metal clips that they pop into. You just screw the clip into anything, pop these in, and then we got wires to daisy chain them together, a wire if we want to plug them in, and then wires if we want to hardwire them in, which we're going to do to a switch. So yeah, let's see how we want to set these up. Need to figure out if I want to run them on the beam, up in between the beams, or this way. Holy cow, that's one. That's freaking one of them. 4 or 5 in a row. And then I want to do one out here and see what it looks like in here. man, that's still pretty bright. Just cuts off a lot of how far it throws the light. It's like it goes to there, where it goes everywhere. So these are just the little clips that we're gonna put up. I usually do, I think, 3 or 4? 4 for these, for the 8-foots. So we just gotta go try to keep them relatively straight, and boom, 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 we're gonna do 5. All right, I think I might want to add 2 across the front here, but I want to plug these in and see what they look like first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, got them all hooked up. Woo, 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 woo. Ah. Wow. I mean, it was gonna be bright, but like, wow. That's pretty wild, man. I guess 5 might have been a little overkill, but it's always nice to have good lighting, you know? Wow, that's crazy. Brightens the whole place up, too. Just look at how bright that is. That is wild, man. That's just 5. That's so crazy. It really brightens this whole room up. Honestly, it makes everything up there and over here look so dingy because it's so bright under there. I'm not sure what I want to do with this side of the room yet. I think I might add maybe a couple up over that, maybe like another 2 up here. I don't know, it's tricky. It's kind of like all or nothing. Either I take these out and run all that style, or again, I'm not really sure how this room's gonna shake out, where everything's gonna be. So I don't wanna necessarily go too crazy. I mean, I knew I needed to have lighting under here. That's pretty straightforward. But for the rest of it, I don't know, you know? Like I said, I'm not gonna have it wired up like this. I'm gonna run power up, and there's a switch for an outside light, which is this guy here. So I'm gonna run it through this switch. So basically I'll turn these on and these on. Wow, it's like these don't even do anything. I also want to add some lights in the 2-car garage. Yeah, I know I'm a loser riding my one from the shop to the garage. But obviously it's pretty freaking dim in here. I mean, I don't necessarily want it to be super bright, but I could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then have plenty of light, and I can just add on later if I want to do more than that. But I definitely want to save a few for that. I don't know if I'm going to do it right now. The garage is secondary, but it would be nice to have some better lighting in here for the old nighttime. Even though we were done outside for this evening, we do have a task to do in here. I got my new desk. I searched long and hard, finally decided on basically a workbench as a desk. So it's the same dimensions as my actual desk that I've been using, or it's supposed to be. It looks a little narrower. Anyway, I gotta put it together, and then I can actually set my desk up in my office and start organizing my office. And for those of you wondering if the kitties stayed, they did. So this is Tuck. You guys probably don't know Tuck. It's kind of a scaredy cat. He doesn't really go outside much. And then Sandy. Sandy, where you at? Oh, I think she's using the litter box. Give her privacy. Sandy, everyone wants to know what you think of the new place. Any words of wisdom? Still need to get Sandy her own version of her own shirt. Anyway, time to get to work. I gotta figure out what tools I need so I can grab them and then go shut the shop. They jump me on the sides of this thing. Yeah, it's supposed to be 30 inches. All right, assembly looks pretty straightforward. So it's narrower than I thought it was gonna be. I read the ad wrong, it's my own fault. It said that the height was adjustable from 28 to 48 inches. I thought it was saying the width because it said length, and then the next number was 28 inches. But I don't know, I think it'll be all right. It's very nice. It's like solid wood. Amazon special. All right, get it all assembled. Okay, I went a little high. I know, I agree, Sans. So, the desk is too narrow. It's my fault. I should have read the dimensions better. I was just like, cool, 28 inches, that'll work perfect. I had looked at so many desks at that point, and yeah, anyway. I put the sim here, not an ideal spot for it because you have to enter from this side. It kind of works, but the shifter goes here. It has to be within a reasonable distance of the computer because I've got to run cables from the computer to it. I've got to run for the Fanatec, for the little mouse, for the button pad, for the motion sim, for the Oculus. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes between there and there. So it's kind of like a necessary evil, right? Yeah, but it really needs to be on the opposite side, but then it puts it like out in the doorway. That doesn't really work. And yeah, Sandy, I know, I'm telling him about it. The desk is just too narrow. I'm so used to a desk that's like a foot deeper than this, and it's so nice to have all that room, and this is just, it's not gonna work. But this is a really nice workbench, so I think I'm gonna keep this. I wanna have a workbench in here, maybe on that wall, do like a pegboard and have kind of like a little workspace area, have all my chargers and stuff there, which I normally had on my desk itself. I think that would be really nice to have, you know, maybe them like mounted to the pegboard and I don't know, all organized. That's what I want to do, and this workbench will work good for that. So I think I'm just going to save it for that, do that, and then just try to come up with a different desk. I've still got to find another desk, but at least this will work for now, and it gets me out of the living room where I was working before. So anyway, desk saga is on hold. All right, well, actually, the overall lighting situation is on hold because the lifts I want to get are just a little bit taller than the roof, so we might have to kind of place them in between the rafters and cut out the wood drop ceiling that's there. We'll have to move out probably both of these lights, honestly. I think the lift's going to end up going like right about here. I got to double check that. But anyway, I don't want to keep adding lights, like I said before, and not knowing where everything's going to end up. Same within here. If I get the lifts in the front closed in soon, I want to dive into insulating this, walling it off, you know, doing paneling, either drywall or plywood, and painting it and putting a ceiling in. If we put a ceiling in, we can't hang the lights on the rafters. So everything's kind of contingent on where I go from here. So I'm going to take some time to kind of think about it, use the space a little more, and come up with a better game plan before I just keep throwing lights up. We got enough light now. That was the main goal, getting the lighting situation sorted so it wasn't a dungeon in here anymore. And we're good. We got enough light to work with. So that's going to end it for the shop upgrades for now. We got plenty more to do to this place, inside the house and everything. So I hope to see you guys for all of that. And we've obviously got cars to work on. The Sphero is ready and waiting. The engine parts are here to get the K-Series back together and in the car. So always plenty to do. Hope to see you guys for all of it. But for now, that's going to be it for this portion. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Goodbye.